Hello, this is Gabriela Serrano with HomeSmart. Today I would like to review with you the open house visitor and non-agency disclosure and sign-in. Basically what this form does, it basically identifies the property. Let's say you're doing an open house, identifies the property, the real estate agent, in this case you, and your broker. Okay, and then it has the date of your open house. So here, there's 5 points. The first point, basically, this is directing only to the visitor, which is during the open house, the visitor, the guest, the potential buyer, walks into the property, and these are basically some of the things that the buyer needs to be aware and must sign when he comes in. So granted, they don't have to sign this, but if they do, basically this is what you're advising the buyer. Number one, the agent, in this case the listing agent, does not represent the visitor, which is the buyer. Okay. Number two, communication with the agent at the open house. Towards the benefit, it only benefits the seller. So the intention to have an open house is to let the sellers have the benefit of having the potential buyer to submit an offer. Number three, communication with the agent are not confidential. Meaning, if the buyer comes into the open house and tells the listing agent, oh, I'd like to buy this house for X, Y, and Z reason, so that's all that communication can be disclosed to the seller. Okay. Then number four, if a visitor writes an offer on the property, the agent can disclose and can tell the seller that the buyer wants to submit an offer. Number five, if the visitor wants to be represented by the listing agent that's holding the open house, the buyer, when they show up to the open house, right then and there, he's not represented or she's not represented, she can ask the listing agent, I would like to have buyer representation. So once that is known, basically they want to move forward before they write the offer. You must make sure that one or two things needs to be in writing. So basically, the buyer will need buyer representation. Now, it could be one of these two other forms, which it can be the PSRA, which is the property showing and representation agreement, or the BRBC, which is the buyer representation and broker compensation agreement. So this is number one, this is not technically required, but if the buyer would like to sign in, sometimes buyers don't want to do that, others do, but if they do, you would sign this form, and then once the buyer tells you, I would like to have representation, then you move forward. Once you have either representation, you move on to the next form. I will talk about that in the next video, but thank you so much for watching.